Hey guys, my name is Shubham Kejriwal and today in this video we are about to talk about the MOTO G5 and the G5 Plus which launched in the MWC 2017 event, and in this video we will be talking about some of the specifications of those devices and my personal impressions as to what I feel about those devices and the price that they would be coming with in the Indian market. So yes, without any further ado, let's get started and talk about those devices. And first of all, let us talk about the display on these devices. The G5 would be having a 5-inch display which would be Full HD of course, and it has IPS LCD grading, and the G5 Plus would be having a 5.2-inch display which is again the same specifications, Full HD and IPS LCD. What is different about these smartphones in the... So what is different about these smartphones and in a negative way is the fact that the screen to body ratio is kind of very low, which is about 65% if I'm not wrong. And in a market where every company is focusing on making the bezels smaller, at least for the flagship market, I don't think that Moto did the best thing, or I should say Lenovo didn't do the best thing by providing such a low screen to body ratio. So definitely the bezels on these devices are going to be really very big, and that can make these devices look a bit ugly. Talking about the internals of these devices, the G5 would be having the Snapdragon 430 processor and the G5 Plus would be having the Snapdragon 625 processor if I'm not wrong, and both of these devices are octa-core A53 cores working with each other, and the G5 would be having a 1.4 GHz clock speed, whereas the G5 Plus is having 2 GHz clock speed inside of it. So yeah, nothing very great about it. On the RAM side, the G5 would be having 2GB and 3GB RAM options along with 16GB and 32GB internal storage. The G5 Plus on the other hand would be having 2GB, 3GB and 4GB RAM options, whereas it would be having a ROM option of about 16GB, 32GB and 64GB. Both of these devices would come with 256GB expandable storage via microSD of course. Talking about the battery on these devices, the G5 is having 2800 mAh battery, whereas the G5 Plus is having 3000 mAh battery. As of now, I can say that this is not really very great as to what they could have done with these devices. Talking about the camera on these devices, the G5 is having the pretty minimalistic and simplistic 13MP plus 5MP camera duet, which is of course nothing of a great deal in this price segment, but where things get interesting is where the G5 Plus lands up. It is having a 12MP f1.7 aperture camera on the back, and that is exactly the camera that we might be having on the Samsung Galaxy S8 and the S8 Plus. So in the previous video I kind of talked about that camera and about how great it would be, and definitely seeing that in a mediocre ranged smartphone like the MOTO G5 Plus, that can be really great of a deal. So definitely you can take a look at the G5 Plus when it launches here in the Indian market if you are really very specific about the camera on the smartphone. I'm pretty doubtful if these devices have an IR blaster or not, but definitely they have a fingerprint scanner, which according to many of the YouTubers who went to MWC 2017 is a really nice one. And finally, about the pricing, these devices I don't think are priced really very wisely. The G5 comes at around 15,000 rupees if you convert from the US dollar, and the G5 Plus comes at a price tag of around 20,000 Indian rupees. So definitely comparing the specifications with the pricing, I don't think they both sit together. But yeah, given for the 12MP f1.7 camera on the G5 Plus, I can still see how that is priced at somewhere around 20,000 rupees even after having the 625 processor. But for the G5 regular variant, I don't think it was done. I really think that the G5 should come in the Indian market at somewhere around the 12 to 13,000 Indian rupees mark because of the competition. The Redmi Note 4, which comes with 4GB of RAM, comes at around 12,000 Indian rupees. So definitely the MOTO G5 should at least launch with 3GB of RAM and 32GB of internal storage at around 13 to 14,000 rupees, if not less. Because you see the specifications again, the Snapdragon 430 processor is something which the company Xiaomi provides in the Indian market at a price tag of somewhere around 9,000 to 9,500 rupees. So if you are going to give that particular processor for 15,000 rupees, I don't think anyone is going to buy that in the first place. And again, with the 625 processor itself, the Redmi Note 4 comes at the max price with 4GB of RAM at 12,000 Indian rupees. And if you're gonna place that same device at a 20,000 rupees price point, I don't think that that should be a great deal. But again, seeing that the camera is there, the 12MP camera, that can again be granted. And yeah, I think that I cannot say much about those devices as of now. Most probably I might get a hands on those devices when they launch here in the Indian market. So if you are excited about them and if you want to know more about those devices, you might subscribe to this channel where I make videos every week on Mondays. And that is basically it for what I wanted to tell you guys. And yeah, that is basically it. If you found this video interesting, do hit that thumbs up button and also subscribe to this channel if you want to. And yeah, share this video with anyone that you might know, and also follow me on all the social media. The links are in the description or might be popping up over here, which is not possible, so they would be in the description. That being pretty much it. My name is Shubham Kejriwal. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.